A lot of backlash that you're receiving is because you are taking back your power after so many disappointments and feeling left out and isolated in the cold and having to balance everything on your own. When things got hard, no one was anywhere to be found, only when you felt like you were behaving. So there's this energy, you've got your focus back now. You're sharp. You're sharp, you're working, you're very zoned in on what you're doing here, but you're also dealing with a lot of pain. You're dealing with a lot of people trying to provoke you because you're not letting them treat you like nothing. You are really focusing on yourself, and that somewhat, for some reason, really offends them here. But I do see justice after really disappointing love situations here. You have really gained your confidence back, so you see people's behaviors really clearly, and you're not going to give an inch of your time to someone you feel like is not going to notice you when other people are noticing you. There's this energy that people were in your life that disappointed you. They loved when you lit up at their attention, but anytime other people saw just how beautiful you were too in any way, it made them really jealous and they withdrew, trying to make it punish you for other people really noticing your abilities. And they noticed your abilities too. They knew you were talented, but they didn't want other people to know. And it's part of your life path to be recognized for what you do. You are a very loyal person. You don't get distracted, even if things are thrown at you this way to tempt you or to control you. You've been hurt so many times yourself. Maybe you're an exception, not the rule. And maybe that's why some people that didn't necessarily want to hurt you preemptively, because they felt like when you get this rise in exposure for what you do that you've really worked hard on. Like, you're smart. You went to school, or you practiced, or you improved, or you're really passionate about what you do here. This isn't just like fun and games for you. There's a lot of ways that this could go for you, and you want, you're very passionate about this. And yeah, there's a lot, but it seems like there's a lot of corruption around you. Like, there's a lot of, like, within the industry that you want to get in, there's a lot of like secret competition and like backstabbing here. It's kind of a dirty game in a way. I think you're starting to realize that. You came in a bit naive, but you're also realizing, though, that you don't need to become like those people to succeed. You actually learned that you don't want to be like that because you've seen their downfalls. I'm here that you've met some people who pretended to be mentors towards you and then kind of took off or disrespected you when they felt like you were surpassing them or didn't need them as much here. And you were seeing like their downfalls of their own career here or exposures of things here, and it wasn't looking good the way that they made it seem like things were manifesting for them and they were living the life that they wanted to. The curtain started to open. You started to realize that it was smoke and mirrors, that there was a lot of illusions that they were putting on. And you felt bad for these people because they were actually very passionate about what they did, but they didn't want to give up a lifestyle. They didn't want to give up the image, the lifestyle, the things, to actually really be grounded in the things that they love to do, even if it took longer. So you feel blocked, but I'm seeing that you've got you might feel blocked still, but I do see that you are going in a new direction here and you're going to be noticed regardless, even though you don't have a base or you don't have connections here the way other people do. I'm seeing that you're being recognized. And you made little steps to get to this place, to get to where you are here. And it's been very hard, but you are made for it. So you don't even have to fight at this point. I do see someone who really has a heart for you, has a soft spot for you. This is an older man here. He has a soft spot for you and also sees your talent here, and it feels protective over you because they see that you shine so bright, and he knows what people can do to people that shine brightly like that. So he wants to be very protective and wants to give you some advice here. But it's like you also have advice for them. And you also have this by the way you live. That's why they like you too. Like they watch you. They watch you in the way that you live and you really inspire them. You're like a muse to them because you're very like you don't take no BS. You live your life very authentically. You live the life that you want to live. And you live a life that is for other people can't imagine. They wish they could live that life or they couldn't even imagine that you can live a life like the way that you're living here. And there's a lot of people that are jealous, but this person's really inspired by it because it's almost like they sort of seem like it to the public eye like they're free because maybe financially they've got a good amount of money, they have an established reputation, they have good contacts here, but they feel very tied to their initial success that in a way that you don't have to be. You might not feel as secure as they do and respected, but you definitely have freedom to move and change and be something different and grow in a way that they feel very stifled. There could be an age or a generation gap here, and that's why their success looked a certain way. So when they were more successful, it was more about longevity. Maybe social media wasn't as big as it is now, but I feel like you're coming into this energy where you speak with so much truth. There's less censorship, but yet there's more censorship now. So, but I see that either way, you're speaking up and you're saying what needs to be said. You're telling the truth here. You're not being performative about it. You're embodying what you're saying because you're living it, or you're seeing other people living it, and you have this depth of compassion within your heart and your mind about what something like that might be like, or how we should take care of situations like that. You have a strong leadership, like you're very outspoken, articulate, but you also have like a leadership vibe to you where you know what to say, you know how to inspire people, you know how to bring people around, but you also know what to do. It's not just about saying the right things, you also do the right things. You know what people need, you know what situations need, you know what you need, you know what industries need, and like they are very impressed by that. So it's like both of you really learning from each other here. Resourcefulness, you're both like this Two of Pentacles energy where you bounce off of each other and you're very much like connected in that way. So new perspectives with each other, and I do feel like this is going to help you. So it's a mentorship, could be romantic, could be mentorship, could be both, but either way you're really going to help each other. It's a very reciprocal connection that doesn't come with the caveats the other things did. You know what I mean? The lie, the deception, or feeling like dirty offers here. This is something that's radical, the Tower, and that's steady and stable, and is going to bring some strong leeway into your life. So there is a lot of blessings. As much as you wish you were maybe farther ahead or more secure, count your blessings, because there's people in the positions that you think that you want to be in that are very much struggling with hope, with individuality. Things are not always how they seem. So if it takes patience that you have, and you have to stand up for yourself to get in a position where you're successful, but you're also free, and you're also in control of your life, and you have that authority over your life and what you want, then that's just so much, that's 10 times more important than how fast it takes you at this point, because it's coming to you quite quick. Spirit, do you have any other messages for us? Yeah, it says, rest assured, commitment and patience always pay off. So drop a cactus down below to symbolize your resilience and say patience pays off. Follow if you're not already. Like, share. Someone might need this message, in your life might need this message. And follow if you haven't already. Like, and drop down a cactus in the comment. If you like a read, check out my pinned post on my profile. Ciao.